Hey, hello, what's up beautiful people, and I'm back with another video. Long time no see. I took last week off, and since starting my channel, that was the first week where I didn't upload a video. I mean, good for me for sticking to a solid upload routine, but I'm back now and I needed to take last week off just for me, and I'll get into that in this video. So I started filming a video for last week. It was gonna be a study with me. Happy Halloween. It's the 31st today. Weather's pretty spooky, not gonna lie, it's pretty rainy. But with it being Halloween and very rainy and all my classes being done for the day, I am going to pull out another study session with you guys. So it is currently 1 o'clock and I'm just about to head to the library. And at the library, I'm going to work on well, 4 essays. Everything in green are school assignments, so pray for me. But with that being said, I'm gonna go and work on the essays, and then a little bit later on, Gavin is gonna join me, and we're gonna bring back the study sessions that him and I would have every Tuesday last year. Also, news. I moved stuff around in my room, so these dressers were under my bed, and now I just have stuff that I need to take home under there. This was over in that corner and it made it really difficult to, get anything. I moved my bed down so that it's facing the window. Desk is in the same spot, and now my printer has a spot that isn't on the floor back there. I have my little plants, some my shrine, so it just makes it really easy and really efficient, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good heading into the last little bit of the year with this new atmosphere in my room. So I'm gonna continue on with that, good vibes, good feeling, and head into this study session. So without further ado, let's get to it. Just in the library studying. Gav just got back, so at least I'm not completely alone now. And after filming and spending 8 hours in one day studying, the video just didn't have any, depth to it. I didn't feel passionate about it. And this is a really difficult time of the school year because we're starting to get grades back and get a sense at where we're sitting. And in all honesty, I'm very disappointed in how I'm doing. As you guys know probably, I think I've mentioned it before, but I have 7 courses this semester. And I thought I was managing well. I had a midterm a couple of weeks ago and I walked out of it, thinking I aced it, and I just barely scraped by. And that was a real kick in the teeth. And my grades just aren't as good as what I was expecting. It's making me question whether or not I should even go for my master's and PhD. And I've just been really down on myself and in a rut. And I felt like I've been in a rut in a lot of aspects of my life. I had 2 fundraisers a couple of weeks ago for my sorority, and I have another one this Friday. And last night there was some drama that was going on, which I won't get into detail about, but I just felt really discouraged and really low, and it just added to the poor me mindset that I was going through and adding to the rut that I felt like I was in. I guess at the end of the day, I just haven't felt like myself. Last Thursday, Michelle and I, we went to a Leafs game.
So we're trying to relate it like, okay, the blue line is the crease.
And after the game, we went out with some guys we met in our row. That was the most fun I've had in a while, and it's been the most recent time where I felt like myself. After the Leafs game, I just didn't feel like myself. And yesterday I recognized that I was in a rut. I felt like my grades weren't good enough, and I just got back into that mindset. I was piling everything back down and just trying to figure out where everything started going wrong and where I had lost touch with myself. I started out this school year really driven to succeed, and no rest for thee who want a PhD. That's my motto.
What's your motto? Nothing. What's the motto with you?
I have it on my calendar over here so that I always look at it and remember it. But in the past few weeks, I've just had no desire to go to class, and I've been getting my work done and still doing the notes, but I just haven't felt like myself. I haven't wanted to go to class, and that's where it's a really difficult thing to figure out, because I'm in this rut and I want to succeed, but I don't have the drive to. And just in added piece is that I've been sick for the past week, and I don't have any motivation to go to class or like do anything besides lay in bed, curled up in my blanket, and just relaxing and reading and looking after myself. And even when I'm sick, and even when you're sick, you need to look after yourself, going to class and pushing yourself. Because if I could stay in bed all day, I would. I wouldn't get anything out from it. Yeah, it's a short-term gratification. At the other end, like, I'm just gonna fall even more behind to stress me out, which makes me feel even more sick, and it's just vicious. Now, by no means am I out of this rut yet, but these are some things that you can do while in that rut to help get yourself out. So my first tip is to prioritize. I was talking to one of my profs today, and she asked me, you know, do you set time aside to work on specific assignments and like block out your time? And I realized, like, no, I don't. I say, okay, I need to do like so many things, but I don't block out the specific time. And she really recommended that I block out specific time so that I know how much time I have in a given period to work on a given subject. And that way, I know the goal is that I won't feel so overwhelmed when I realized,
oh my god, I have 5 things I need to work on today, but I'm not sure where I'm gonna find the time.
So by blocking out the time, it'll hopefully get the stress out of my head and onto paper and realize, okay, I have an essay, I'm gonna work on it for 2 hours, take a 15-minute break, and then go on to a different subject, so that I'm not completely focusing on one subject for that long. So when I was working on an essay last week for like 5 hours straight, I was so tired of learning about Irish migration to Canada. I haven't really touched that essay since, because I worked on it so much for so long and I just got tired of working on it. So guess who just filmed the rest of this video after my memory card got filled up? With the camera out of focus. I'm so mad at myself. Anyways, I believe my next point, which I was getting to, was I need to figure out how to prioritize my time. So for instance, as I'm pretty sure I've mentioned before, I have 7 courses a semester, and unfortunately my focus has not been on those courses. My focus has been on fundraisers for my sorority, going out with friends, Netflix. Thursday, Michelle and I went to a Leafs game, and I don't regret going to the game, but I regret the fact that I didn't make up for the lost time for studying. And it's with getting caught up and being in a rut and reevaluating my priorities that I've realized I cannot hold my chair position next semester for my sorority. Too much stress and too much, time has been put towards events I'm planning versus my schoolwork. And at the end of the day, I'm going to school. That's it. And I just have the additional things of, friends, sorority, Netflix. School is my main priority, or at least it should be. It hasn't been. And by feeling lost and not putting the focus on the main thing, why I'm living in Toronto. I'm in Toronto and I'm in a sorority for school, but school is a second concern. It's on the back burner, way back there, like not even in eyesight right now. And then all of a sudden, the back burner starts to smoke, and I suddenly turn around and realize how much work I have to do. And that just adds to my anxiety, and it adds to my, panic attacks. And last night I had the worst panic attack I've had in quite a few months, and it was really dark. And it's just because how stressed I was about fundraisers I was putting on and backlash that was coming from some things I was doing. My priority has not been school, and that's where my main source of being in a rut has come from. I'm in a rut because my grades are not as great as I wanted them to be, and as great as they were last year. And in all honesty, I know it's all my fault because I haven't had the urge to go to class. This week so far, I have gone to every single one of my classes, so yay me! I'm succeeding at what I'm paying money to do. And I haven't been doing readings, and I've been doing all my assignments and handing them in, but the full effort and focus hasn't been on them. I've recognized that I need to pick up my slack, and I need to, pull my shit together. Like, another thing that I've realized I need to do is recognize that I am not my grades. I may have bad grades right now, but those grades don't define me. Yes, I'm going to school and I'm trying to succeed, and I can't succeed without grades. But if these don't happen, I am not any less of a person. And lately I've been stressing because,
oh my god, I have bad grades, and this means I won't get my master's or PhD, and I should just give up.
That's been my mindset, and it's been really negative, and I feel like blocking out my time will help me prioritize, and that will help get my grades up and realize that I am not my grades. So by doing these 3 things that I mentioned, it's all gonna help. I'm working as hard as I can to get out of this rut, but honestly guys, I'm still in it. I've lost the fire in my soul and why I'm at school right now. And I feel like the weather and just time of year, a lot of students get like that, and if you're feeling like that, hey, you're not alone. And I know I'm not alone, and I always have people I can turn to. And hey, if I want to hang out with my friends, might as well study with them at the same time. And you know, being a student doesn't mean that you can't have fun, but you just need to realize there are some things that are more important than, you know, going out every weekend. And I haven't been doing that, and I went home this weekend and it was great to see Mom and Callie. By doing the 3 things I mentioned in this video, my goal is that within the next week or so, I'll get out of this rut. And that's pretty optimistic, and there are 4 weeks left of this semester, and that just blows me away. I know I can do it, and my grades have been reflecting my capabilities, and it's because I'm not putting the priority in. I'm calling myself out on this, and if you're, you know, resonating with anything I'm saying, I'm calling you out too. We need to have each other's backs, and that's why I'm here. You know, hopefully my words have motivated you in any way. I'm gonna end this video here because, as we've talked about, I have a lot of shit I need to do. You know, I'm holding myself accountable, and hopefully you guys can take away those 3 small, minuscule pieces of advice. You know, hold yourself accountable too. As always, I will leave my social media down in the down bar. And I look forward to seeing all you beautiful people next week when I'm out of this rut. Okay, bye guys. Down in the down bar. And I look forward to seeing all you beautiful people next week when I'm out of this rut. Hope. And I look forward to seeing all you beautiful people next week. Why can't I talk?